Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in beautiful Frederick, Colorado. I'm AC and today I'm going to walk you through this used 2022 Newmar Dutch Star. This is a 4081 floor plan. It'll be just over 13 foot in height, in case you're wondering. I get a lot of questions about the height. You know, folks that have a shop and want to make sure it fits in there. We're going to start right up here on the front. A couple things to point out. We're going to have our turn signal cameras, our flagpole holder right there, keyless entry with doorbell. Of course, we're going to have our Alcoa aluminum wheels. These tires up here are Michelin 315/80s, and they are 22.5-inch wheels. We're going to have dual fuel for the diesel. You're going to have 100 gallons of fuel capacity, 105 gallons of fresh water, 75 gray, and then 55 on the black tank. Right here in this front compartment, this is actually prepped, if you can point out up there. This is prepped for an outdoor refrigerator and freezer, or slash freezer. If you don't need that, you got plenty of room there for storage. Here in this first compartment, we're going to have our second compartment down. We're going to have our slide tray. This will go out in both directions. It's also 1,000-pound capacity. While we're under here, I want to point out the star foundation. You can see right here, this is welded right onto here. So Newmar puts their star foundation and welds it onto the frame rails. Gives you a nice, strong, true, and robust quieter ride, smoother ride. Keeps the floor square, the coach square. In this compartment, we're going to have a half tray here. It's a little wider, but it won't go all the way through because we have our Oasis hydronic heating on the other side. You're going to have your central vac hoses here, some spare tiles. Over here, we're going to have our outdoor entertainment center. We're going to have our Bose sound system and an outlet up here with a couple USB ports. So we move out here to the back. A couple things I want to point out. This is on a Freightliner chassis. It's going to have the L9 Cummins. So you're going to have 450 horsepower, 1,250 pound-feet of torque. You're going to have a 56-degree wheel cut on the front tires, and then your passive steer tag axle is going to have a 12-degree cut. That means it's going to turn, it's going to save wear and tear on your tire from excessive dragging, that kind of stuff. Really comes in handy, makes turning a breeze. Here we're going to have our 15-gallon DEF tank. Of course, with Newmar, we're going to have our escape door, and I'll show you that when we get inside as well. This rear compartment, we're going to have our 2 house batteries with disconnect. All right, back here, a couple things to point out. You can see we've got our camera here. We also have one up top. This is equipped with the 360 camera view. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a 450 horsepower L9 Cummins, Big Red as I like to call it. You've got a lot of room back here, easy access to your belts, your engine oil, fill and check, transmission, and then also your Oasis hydronic heating module over here. Right here is going to be your block heater. This coach has a 15,000-pound receiver hitch here with the 7-pin connector, and also you've got your quick connect here for your tow vehicle. Again, this is 15,000-pound receiver. Nice thing with Newmar is it's got a 49,000-pound GVW 15,000 pounds. You do the math, the combined weight rating is going to put you at 69,000 or 64,000, sorry, pounds. So this is rated for 15,000 pounds, which means you can actually tow 15,000 pounds. You don't have to do any fancy math to figure it out with the Newmar product line. As we come around the back here, you're going to have your side radiator, which is a benefit. Really good thing to have, because as you saw just a minute ago on the back side there, you have access to that engine compartment. Here's your def. Again, you can fill the def on both sides. Right here is your sewer hose storage. So I said, this is going to be on a Freightliner chassis. A couple things to point out about Freightliner. They got 450 service locations across the country. They have 11 parts distribution centers as well. Getting parts is, you can get them really quick, a lot easier to get. A lot of benefits to the Freightliner chassis. I want to point out the window awnings on this unit. This does have the Nova Gerard package with the window awning upgrade as well. Under here, we're going to have our water bay. You can see we have that stainless steel backing on it, hot and cold shower, full house water filter. You can see the blue liquid in the water line there. That means this unit is winterized. We're also going to have our hose reel there. .50 amp service. You're going to have your cable inlet right here. Transfer switch, surge guard right there. All right, right here is our Oasis hydronic heating and hot water system. This coach is an all-electric coach, no propane. Now we're on the back side of the full slide tray. All right, here we're going to have our 8 house batteries. They are on a slide tray, so easy to pull them out, service them. Time to change them out, makes it really easy. All right, here in this compartment, we're going to have breakers and fuses, some spare fuses, also the generator compartment slide right here. So we're going to pull on that to release the latch up front. This Dutch Star is equipped with an 8K Onan diesel generator, which I have running to run the heat inside. It's a little chilly out here, so we'll be getting inside here shortly. Again, 8K, this one's got about 38 hours on the generator. A couple other things to point out here. Quick connect for an airline, your hot water tap, your air horns. This unit, as I said earlier, this is available. It's a used 22. Stock number is 5U230092. If you are interested in it at any point, you can feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email. A couple things to point out as we're kind of walking in. Down here, we're going to have our seat controls. We're going to have heated seats, your battery disconnect, your compartment lock and unlock, and then your patio light. All right, now we can get in here where it's nice and toasty. Take a minute here. We're going to actually start at the back this time and work our way up to the cab. Kind of mix it up from our usual routine. A couple things I really like on this Dutch Star floor plan. One is you have a lot of counter space around your sink. Ton of counter space. You have a huge cabinet up here with an outlet. This is probably a good 8 to 10 inches deep. Right here on the wardrobe side, you'll see we have plenty of room for wardrobe. We also have a safe in the back. Get these opened up for you. You're going to have soft closing drawers. Plenty of room under the sink here. We're also going to have washer dryer. Over on this side, you can see we're going to have our escape door. Some additional storage above the toilet. Then of course we have our corner shower here with the Aquamizer system and the flip down seat. As we step down into the master bedroom here, we're going to have a king size bed. We're going to have plenty of room on both sides here. Sit down your cell phone. You've got your coffee, whatever you've got. You got plenty of room. We're going to have our one cabinet on both sides. Plenty of overhead storage. There is an outlet back there as well. Under the bed, we're going to have some additional storage. And of course, we're going to have our 2 seats, our 2 extra folding chairs that will go with the dinette if you have company. We're going to have our TV with our wardrobe on each side. These are MCD power shades on this coach, so you'll have a remote to access your blinds and your shades. This compartment here is going to have your DVD player, a bunch of remotes here, and then you're going to have 5 additional drawers for storage. This Dutch Star is equipped with heated floors. So there's a spot right here where you would set your floor heat to low, medium, and high. Each of those settings just extends the amount of time that it stays on. It doesn't really get hotter. It just stays on for longer periods of time. Over on this side, you're going to have your speaker on and off. You're going to have one for each side of your bed, right over the bed here. Of course, we're going to have our pocket door. Separate the bedroom from the rest of the coach. Here's our half bath. I'm going to go ahead and open this cabinet. A couple things to point out in here. So you're going to have your breakers and your fuses in here. Up top there, you're going to have your 2 different outlets. One is linked to floor heat 1 and the other one to 2. If you trip the GFCI outlet, you may lose the floor heat, so you always want to check these and make sure that they are not tripped. Again, the medicine cabinet in here, there's also an outlet. All right. Now we got a really nice pantry with adjustable sliding trays. And of course, residential refrigerator with ice maker. Plenty of room for long extended stays in this coach. Both storage outside and in. You're going to have your dining area here. This is a perfect setup if you like to work on the road. You got plenty of counter space here for your monitors. There's a port here where you can run wires down to the bottom. And have two drawers, one on each side, and then plenty of space underneath for all your office supplies. If you don't work on the road, you still got a ton of storage under there, which comes in really handy. Again, you're going to have seven overhead compartments over on the driver's side. This coach is equipped with the two rocker recliner chairs. And you've got the nice little desk in the middle, little table in the middle. You have cup holders here, plenty of room up here to put your magazines, your drinks. There's some additional remotes. One thing you're never lacking in a motorhome are remotes. You got plenty of those. And we're going to work our way back over to the galley here. You're going to have dual stainless sinks with covers. So if you're not using the sink, you can use this as additional prep space. Under the sink, you're going to have a couple slide out trays here. And there's a compartment here for your sink covers. The induction cooktop, as I mentioned earlier, this is an all-electric coach. This is removable. You can take this outside, plug it in, and cook outside. Really nice feature to have if you're, one, not a good cook. You don't want to burn the place down. It's a good thing to do. Two, if you're cooking something like bacon or fish, something you don't want to smell up the coach, perfect to take that outside. You're going to have your convection oven. Really nice slide tray here, so you don't have to reach way to the back. These are adjustable shelves here, that one. You also have a small compartment here over the top of the convection microwave. Good spot for spices. Right below, you're going to have three big trays, or three big drawers. All soft closing again. Here you're going to have a counter extension, which I really like. One of the things I like about floor plans like this is it gives you a lot of counter space, but it also, just this little bit of island that comes out, kind of breaks up the coach, makes it look more homey in my opinion. Ton of drawer space here. Over your trifold, this is a trifold bed, so if you've got guests or kids coming with you, this does extend into a bed. Got plenty of overhead storage. Here's another spot where you can put a DVD player or a receiver. If you're using your satellite, you can set up your receiver in here. Got a nice sound bar over the top. Of course, we have our televator. I like the colors. I like the floor in this coach. And as you can see, again, Dutch Star and up on the Newmar line 2016 forward. You don't have carpet on the slide. You've got the matching tile. All right, as we work our way Up front here, we're going to have our TV. Can never have enough TVs, right? So we've got another TV here. Some additional overhead storage. On the passenger side, you're going to have your step cover control here. It's nice if you have pets, also so your feet aren't hanging down the whole time you're driving. You've got a wireless charging pad on this side, a USB outlet, standard outlet. You're also going to have your visor, your map light, and your ceiling light controls here. Like I mentioned earlier, this seat is heated. It will swivel around to make these two seats part of your living area. If you've got guests with you, it's a really nice feature. Over on this side, so you can see we got two really nice size screens. We've got our 360 camera view. You can scroll in between the different views. If you're towing, you can hit this one and see check on your tow vehicle. And again, you can go back to 360, you kind of just swap around. In your media center here, you're going to have your XM radio, your Bluetooth, so you can tie your phone in, camera controls. Pretty simple. There's a lot, you can spend a lot of time going through each of these areas. If you have questions on any particular part of the coach that I'm walking, feel free to call me, email me, or text me, and I can go into some more explanation for you. Over here, you're going to have your 360 camera select button, your visors, your courtesy lights. So when somebody lets you cut in, you give them they flash the lights, tell them thank you. Here's where you turn on your air horn when it's time to wake up the neighbors. Your entry door locks, your generator start, and then your overhead fan off and low. Actually, that's the front fan, sorry. Here's your overhead fans, low, medium, and high, and then your visors and your shades. These pedals are adjustable. Over here on the left side of the steering column is the dial. You would use that to adjust your pedals. It's gonna be kind of hard to see that, but I'll point out to it. It's this little round dial here. You're gonna have your windshield wipers right here. On this side, you're gonna have your gear selector. So this is where you would, right now it's in neutral. We have our parking brake. Your engine brake is also right here, and this is a 3-stage, so you would just move it down to whatever stage you want. I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the coach so I can show you a couple things on the dash before we wrap up. All right, as you can see, we have our digital display, and I mentioned this is a used 2022. It's got 10,253 miles on it. I'm going to scroll down the gauges. A couple of things that people are always, that use a lot. You use it quite often. So a couple of things to go to your road watch. That is for your adaptive cruise. You're going to keep scrolling down here. On your vehicle configuration, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll get to steering effort. That's going to be your comfort drive. And then right there, you can adjust your setting on your comfort drive. So on the older coaches, if you're familiar with Newmar, it has a dial that you just kind of turn from 0 to 6. On this one now, it's on the dash. Again, a lot more to go over on the dash. Any questions on those things, please feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. On the left side here, we're going to have our house and battery merge button. So if you leave your lights on, leave something on and your chassis batteries are dying, you can hold this down and merge the batteries together to get you started. You can have your light controls right here, your parking brake. You're going to have an aux port and also another USB. On this side, we're going to have our mirror controls. These are heated mirrors. We're going to have our HWH leveling system. You're going to have your tag dump, which you can leave on auto, do a manual, or disable. your ATC override, and then your tow window control right here. We're gonna keep that closed because of that cool breeze that's picking up here. All right, one more thing to go over up front here. Your main control panel. A couple things, you're gonna have your slide out controls. Right here, you're gonna have your tank levels and your HVAC. You can see I got it nice and toasty in here. Your power control system here, right now you can see we're running our generator. It's gonna give you all your amperage. We're gonna have our our window awnings on this side. Our Girard awnings controlled right there. Up here, so you can see in our Magnum Energy controller, this is where you would set your auto gen start. Check your charging. This is gonna be your Winegard over the air antenna. You're gonna have your security lights outside. Block heater.
Got a question when you're ready.
Okay. Exterior step, exterior lights. This does come equipped with a Winegard Traveler satellite. And go ahead with your question.
Are you able to add a SantaCon system to this unit?
You know, we might be able to do it. I'm pretty certain that we can. If you're interested in that, I can talk to the shop and get a quote for getting that added to it. Any other questions? We're good? Okay. Again, this is a used 2022. It is available. Feel free to give me a call. You can text, call, email. Si hablo español, me pueden hablar al 720-276-4241. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week.